Those lights growing smaller and smaller before finally disappearing into the big LA night. Iris, fade out, the end. Oh, hi everyone, Vegas film critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard. Just finishing reading the script for La La Land. Lionsgate sent this to me for consideration for best screenplay. And not only that, they also sent me Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone audition The Fools Who Dream, and also City of Stars, 2 of the songs from La La Land. And you may think by now, yes, it's a musical. Let me take these off. Do I need these glasses on? Anyway, look at all, these are all of the categories that Lionsgate wants me to consider La La Land for. Look at this, everything. Best Picture, Best Actress, Supporting Actress, Costume Design, Production Design, etc., etc. Now you're saying, wait a minute, Jeff, I clicked on this to see a review of La La Land. And, wow, I'm going to get a lot of hate. There are 2 films this year that I just seem to be on the wrong end of the stick. One is Arrival with Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner, which I just did not get at all. I didn't like at all. If you see my review here, I don't understand why people think that it's just an incredible film and the twisting ending and all that. I just, no, absolutely not. The other is La La Land. I know I'm going to get hate for this because this was big hits at all the different film festivals. This has been the talked about film of the year, you know, and what essentially it is, it's a musical. And it's the story of Emma Stone, who wants to be an actress, and she's working in the studio commissary or a coffee place on the Warner Brothers lot. And then you have Ryan Gosling, who's a jazz purist, which I really can identify with. I'm a big jazz fan, classic jazz. He wants to open his own jazz club. These 2 meet and end up falling in love, and with the backdrop of Los Angeles, try to make their hopes and their dreams come true while committing themselves to a love and work relationship. That's the plot. And it's from the director who gave us Whiplash, and Damien, I hope I say his name, where is it? Damien Chazelle. And Whiplash was just an incredible film. It really was. Even to know that that was a short film he made, then he made the feature film. Now, I'm a huge musical fan. I mean, I'm a musical buff. Ever since I was a little kid. I mean, I saw Singing in the Rain when I was like 5 years old. Mom, I got to learn tap dancing. I took tap dancing lessons. It didn't last very long. But I know every MGM musical. I know every modern day musical. I go to see things on Broadway when I go to New York. Dying to see Hamilton. I am just a huge musical fan. So when I saw La La Land, I was excited for it because I wanted to see a modern musical. And the only one that can come close that we've had as a modern musical is Everyone Says I Love You from Woody Allen a few years ago. That is how you put together a modern kind of contemporary musical with love story and comedy in it. Now, what he tried to accomplish here did not work whatsoever. The movie is slow. The movie has no chemistry between these 2. I did not believe they were in love at all at any point in the movie. There was no give and take in the movie between the characters. You know, it was always a conflict. And I didn't like the music. So I didn't like a lot of the songs. The one song they did have, the City of Stars, that kind of grew on me by the end of the movie. It did, okay? But I don't think that the director had any kind of experience whatsoever in thinking about planning out his film in terms of the camera work, always these long dolly shots. Also, you know, that the fantasy sequences didn't work whatsoever. They seemed clumsy. All the musical numbers seemed clumsy. Everyone's raving about the end of the film. They have this big musical number. I'm spoiling anything. I just thought it was really anticlimactic. I didn't think any of the movie kind of built up to any kind of climax or any kind of crescendo. What really annoyed me about this film is that he consistently had them break into song throughout the first 45 minutes, hour of the movie, and then we had no music whatsoever. We had no songs. We didn't have anything. So we were just being bombarded with all these different musical numbers, and then we didn't have any music for like an hour. It turned into a whole different kind of movie. So I understand that Los Angeles is the backdrop. It's La La Land, which is, you know, another expression for Los Angeles. You know, we're Sin City here in Las Vegas, and San Francisco is, you know, Frisco, and Boston is Beantown. So La La Land, obviously when you say that, you know what you're talking about. But I just didn't think this was a very engaging musical. You can't come out humming one song from a musical. You know, I just reviewed Moana, you know, just a little while back. I can hum 3 or 4 of those songs from one viewing. So from one viewing, we should be able to have some sort of song from La La Land. Now, remember Walt Disney says, if they can't walk away whistling it, don't play it. I know I'm being really hard on La La Land. I mean, and I thought I was alone, and I got on Rotten Tomatoes and some other places, and I found maybe 1 or 2 critics that kind of agree with me, you know, but I am definitely in the minority here. So this is one of those things where if you're going to follow my taste and follow me as a film critic, because that's exactly what you're supposed to do, is to find a critic that matches your taste. I hated La La Land. I really did. And I don't want to say that because I love Ryan Gosling. I don't think he can sing. I thought the musical numbers, these guys walking around with two left feet, they were acting like they had, clogs on their feet when they were dancing. The musical numbers weren't inspirational. They weren't fantastic. There was no wonder. There was no epicness to this movie. There was no charm to this movie. So everything I'm saying, I guarantee you every critic will say everything he said is wrong. Everything he said did have all that. So I don't know. I am willing to give it another try, but I cringe at watching this movie again because I was so bored in the theater. So bored. I thought I was back in college. When you're in a lecture hall, sitting there for an hour, hearing something about economics or whatever the subject is, and you think about what's for lunch, what's for dinner, I wonder what my friends are doing right now. Well, I brought two friends with me, and they were excited to see this, and they fell asleep. They really did. People in the theater, the guy in front of me, fell asleep. So sometimes people think, you're exaggerating, Jeff. No, I'm not. It was that dull. All right, so just make sure you get my name right when you write me hate mail saying that La La Land, you're all wrong, you're a hack. I'm ready to take all the abuse I can get on La La Land because I didn't get it and I have too many problems with it and I want to forget about it. I'm sorry. It doesn't deserve any of those considerations. I hated this film. All right, for more reviews and interviews, if you still care about watching my channel, just surf on over to my vegasfilmcritic.com is my website, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Please subscribe if you agree with me. If you like my reviews, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below what you thought of La La Land.